So as you start to wrap up your postcards, okay, and some of you will start to wrap those up, all right, the next step in the process is a poster design, okay? And so all of the specs are for the poster right here. The poster is going to be 11 by 17. So you're going to make a new document that's 11 by 17, all right? You're going to need to create margins, okay? And I'll go over that in a second on how we create margins. The Illustrator, the only tough part about Illustrator is you can't just dial in the margins like you can in InDesign. You actually have to do them by hand. But I'll show you that in a second. It's not a big deal, all right? The first step is visual research, all right? Your poster needs to represent all 7 elements and all 5 principles, which is actually very easy to do, all right? What you're going to do is you're going to decide on really, I don't really care what your poster is about, to be honest with you. It could be an event, it could be a concert, it could be a movie. Doesn't matter to me. I want you to be as creative as possible with it, okay? The first step is visual research. And what we do in visual research is, it's exactly what it sounds like. You're looking at pretty pictures. Now you're looking at them to help you decide ideas of things you want to do. Not necessarily to say, oh, I want to do that exact poster, I want to recreate it. But I want to take that piece from that piece and this piece from that piece. So for instance, if I just looked up, I don't know, concert poster designs, and I looked at images, all right, I would start to click through some of these, and maybe I say, I really like how they created this illustration. What I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to take it and drag it right down to the desktop. It doesn't need to be high resolution, all right, because it's just for visual reference. All right? So I might click through and be like, oh, you know what, I like the type on this, or this is really cool because I like the old-fashioned style of it, so I'm going to drag that in, and I like how this is sort of like distressed, all right? And that's what you're going to do. Try to pull down as many as you can. All right? I usually pull between 6 and 10, but it's really up to you. The more you pull, the more visual research you get, the better your brain's going to start to go. You cannot draw, you cannot create, you cannot be creative without influence. All right? And again, it's not, I'm going to copy this poster exactly how it is. It's, I like this piece, and I like how they did the type, and I like how they did that. All right? So that's step 1 in the process. Next is your sketches. All right? Some of you probably don't have sketchbooks yet, so I've got paper up here. All right? Sketches are quick, tiny drawings. All right? If you look up here, here's a sketch. A thumbnail sketch is roughly like an inch. And in this case, it'd be an inch by 2 inches. You want your sketches and you want your comps to be the same shape of your poster. Your poster will be 11 by 17, which is like a long rectangle. Okay? Make sense so far? Mm-hmm. All right? So your sketches, and if you remember, we did this during our t-shirt designs. Your sketches are here. They are quick form, quick placement, general layout, and rough type. Where are you going to put everything? How are you going to lay it out? And I'm going to ask that you do 6 of those. All right? You do 6 of them because if one doesn't work out, you have other ideas. All right? When it gets up to a higher level, like if you decide to do this in college, sometimes you have to do 30 to 40 sketches. All right? But 6 is a good start. So you're going to do 6 thumbnail sketches. Those will be tiny. You can take one piece of paper, and on one side of the paper, you can do 6 sketches. I usually draw myself a little box first, and then sketch inside that box to kind of give myself an idea.
So we have to do 6 boxes then?
Yes, 6 separate sketches, okay, on one side of the paper. Then, yes?
Didn't you put, when you had us do the t-shirt design, didn't you have like a paper? With
I did, but this time I'm going to let you do it on your own.
All right.
Okay? After that, you're going to show me your sketches. We're going to talk about your sketches, all right? I'll either approve them or I'll say, do this for me, do this for me. Most of the time, it's 1 or 2 things or I approve them. Once I approve them, you're going to flip the piece of paper over, and then a little bit bigger, 4 to 5 inches wide, 5, 6 inches tall, you're going to do a comp, which is you're going to pick one of your sketches, probably your favorite one, and that's the one you're going to draw in pretty good detail. All right? You can, if you want to, as we did with the t-shirts, we can take a picture of it or we can scan it in because it'll be smaller, and you can bring it into Illustrator and use it as a reference. All right? Sketches. Do not take too much time on the sketches. Okay? Quick, simple ideas. Show general shape. You'll notice here on mine, it's a circle with a triangle and a couple of lines and some dots. My comp is much more detailed. It shows exactly what I'm doing. Your comp would almost be like, if I didn't have a computer, this is kind of how I would do it. And then we're going to get to the final. So your sketches have to be approved before you can move on. Your comp then gets approved. Then you can start on the computer. Everybody got that step so far? All right, as far as setting this up. All right, let me see if I can get Illustrator to... You create a new document. It will be 11 inches wide. It will be 17 inches tall. That's simple. One artboard. Okay, if you accidentally make more artboards, like I'm going to do right now, all right, there's a little tool called the artboard tool right here. If I click on the artboard tool, I can actually click on any of my artboards and just hit delete, and the artboards go away. All right, so here's my 11:17 document. I'm going to bring my rulers up by hitting Command R, 11 by 17. Now, I need 1/4 inch margins. So I'm going to cheat. I'm just going to zoom in until I can see the ruler. See how I can see the ruler? That's a 1/2 inch, so that's a 1/4 inch. I know that because if I zoom in, there's a 1/4 inch. Everybody following? All right. Now all I'm going to do is click over here, and I'm going to drag a ruler right to the 1/4 inch, and I'm going to drag another one to the 1/4 inch. And if I pull up, whoop, that one's not right. You go up here. See that? I already screwed it up. So here's my 1/4 inch. So I need to do that on the other side. So if I go over here, all I'm going to do, boop, 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 zoom in, grab this. Here's the 11. Here's the 1/4. You'll notice how this is wrong because it's not square. So I go right here. There's my square, okay? Then I go all the way down to the bottom and do the exact same thing. Drag this down, 1/4. So that's how your document will be set up. The margins. Everything you do has to stay in the margins, okay? So that's your initial setup for your poster. Those are the steps. So as you finish, and don't worry, okay? Your postcards, your flashcards aren't due until the end of the day tomorrow, or honestly, the end of the day Friday. Either one is fine, all right? It's more so just as you finish those up, I want you guys to be able to start your poster design so you can take some time on that. Cool? All right, get to it. Thank you.